ઓલ બોર્ડ ક્વેશ્ચન એટલે કે આજ સુધીના તમામ બોર્ડમાં પૂછાયેલા પ્રશ્નો સેક્શન વાઇઝ આપણે શરૂ કરીએ. આજે સેક્શન એ શરૂ કરવા જઈ રહ્યા છીએ. સાયન્સ ઇંગ્લિશ મીડિયમ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ 10. તો લેટ સ્ટાર્ટ સેક્શન એ. અત્યાર સુધીના તમામ બોર્ડમાં પૂછાયેલા MCQ સેક્શન બી સેક્શન સી તમામનું સોલ્યુશન. તો આપણે શરૂ કરીએ. પહેલો ક્વેશ્ચન, અને ચેનલને બીજા વિડીયો માટે સબસ્ક્રાઈબ કરી લેશો, લાઈક કરશો. ચાલો, ક્વેશ્ચન 2025માં પૂછાયો છે. ધ અર્થ ક્રસ્ટ હેઝ ઓનલી હાઉ મચ પર્સન્ટેજ ઇન ધ ફોર્મ ઓફ મિનરલ્સ? તો આન્સર છે 0.02%. બ્લેન્ક એન્ઝાઇમ ઇઝ પ્રેઝન્ટ ઇન સલાઇવા ઓફ હ્યુમન બીંગ. તો એનો આન્સર આવશે એમાઇલેઝ. ઓકે, ચાલો ક્વેશ્ચન નંબર 3.
Exchange of genetic material takes place in sexual reproduction. The presence of Y chromosome in human being is essential for being a male. The length formula is 1 upon V minus 1 upon U equals to 1 upon F.
Question number 6.
Radius of the curvature of spherical mirror is 20. Then its focal length is 10.
F by 2, બરાબર?
R equals to 2F.
R is equal to
2F.
R ને capital કે small?
Capital.
R is equal to 2F. So F is equal to R by 2. એટલે 20 divided by 2.
Crystalline lens of people at old age becomes milky and cloudy. This condition is called cataract. 1 milliampere.
Microampere બેટા.
1 microampere equals to 10 is to minus 6 10 raised to minus 6 ampere. The SI unit of electric potential difference is named after the scientist Alessandro Volta. 1 kilowatt equals to 1 kilowatt equals to
1 kilowatt hour.
1 kilowatt hour equals to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule.
Question number 11.
MCQs. Which of the following can be used by a visually impaired students as an acid base indicator? So answer is C, vanilla extract. While cooking, if the bottom of the vessel is getting blackened on the outside, it means that the fuel is not burning completely. Answer is B.
Question number બોલો.
Question number 13. Butanone is a 4-carbon compound with the functional group. તો on છે એટલે કીટોન આવશે.
CO CH2 CH3. આ બ્યુટેનોન એટલે કીટોન પછી CO આવે. કીટોન ગ્રુપ આવે.
કીટોન ગ્રુપ. Well, number 14. Valency of carbon is તો 4. The xylem 15 number. The xylem in plant are responsible for A, transport of water. Number 16. Iodine is necessary for the synthesis of which of the following hormone? So answer is C, thyroxine. Number 17. The gap between two neurons is called a B, synapse. Number 18. A Mendelian experiment consisted of breeding tall pea plants bearing violet flowers with short pea plants bearing white flowers. The progeny bore all violet flowers, but almost half of them were short. This suggests that the genetic makeup of the tall parents can be depicted as the E, capital T, small t, capital W, capital W.
એ ચોપડીનો બેઠો ક્વેશ્ચન છે, અત્યારે યાદ રાખો પછી કરાવીએ.
No matter how far you stand from a mirror, your image appears erect. The mirror is likely to be either plane or convex. Answer is D. Number 20. The human eye can focus objects at different distances by adjusting the focal length of the eye lens. This is due to accommodation. B. 21. The least distance of distinct vision for a young adult with normal vision is about 25 centimeter. 22. The change in focal length of an eye lens is caused by the action of the ciliary muscles. Which of the following group contain only biodegradable items? So answer is A. Grass, flowers and leather. Now matching section A endocrine glands and section B hormone. તો થાઇરોક્સિન ગ્લેન્ડમાં થાઇરોક્સાઇન હોર્મોન હોય અને એડ્રેનલ ગ્લેન્ડમાં એડ્રેનાલિન હોર્મોન હોય. હવે 25 એ ફ્યુઝન તો એ અમીબામાં થાય. ફ્રેગમેન્ટેશન તો સ્પાયરોગાયરામાં થાય. રિજનરેશન તો પ્લેનેરિયામાં થાય અને સ્પોર ફોર્મેશન તો રિઝોપસમાં થાય. હવે આન્સર ઇન વન વર્ડ ઓર સેન્ટેન્સ તો 26 નંબર. સ્ટેટ ધ મોલેક્યુલર ફોર્મ્યુલા ઓફ સિનેબાર તો HGS. નંબર 27. સ્ટેટ ધ મિરર ફોર્મ્યુલા to find the focal length of a spherical mirror. તો મિરર ફોર્મ્યુલા થાય 1/f equals to 1/u plus 1/v. Number 28. In the dispersion of white light through a prism, which color light bends the least? તો રેડ કલર.
સમજાઈએ કે ભાઈ જે રેડ છે એની વેવલેન્થ સૌથી વધારે હોય, ફાસ્ટ દોડતી હોય, સોરી બહુ લાંબી લેન્થ હોય એટલે એ બેન્ટ જલ્દી નહીં વળે. અને બ્લુ હોય એની વેવલેન્થ ટૂંકી હોય એટલે જલ્દી બેન્ટ વળે. આપણને શું પૂછ્યું છે કે લિસ્ટ બેન્ટ, તો રેડ લાઇટ આવશે.
The phenomenon of splitting of white light into its seven constituent colors when it passes through a glass prism is called dispersion of white light.
એટલે લખવામાં ભૂલ થઈ ગઈ છે. આપણે આન્સર આવશે રેડ. બરાબર. પછીનો ક્વેશ્ચન વાંચો.
Generally, which color insulation is seen on live positive wire? તો લાઈવ વાયરમાં રેડ કલરનો વાયર હોય. નંબર 30. વોટ ઇઝ ધ ફૂલ ફોર્મ ઓફ CFC એન્ડ UNEP? તો CFCનું ફૂલ ફોર્મ થાય ક્લોરોફ્લોરોકાર્બન્સ અને UNEPનું ફૂલ ફોર્મ થાય યુનાઇટેડ નેશન્સ એન્વાયરમેન્ટ પ્રોગ્રામ. હવે આન્સર the following as directed. If a trait A exists in 10% of a population of an asexually reproducing species and a trait B exists in 60% of the same population, which trait is likely to arise earlier? So trait B, because it is present in more members of the population, it is likely to have arisen earlier and has now spread to 60% of the population. Trait A is new and has spread to only 10% of population. Now number 32. What is meant by power of accommodation of eye? Answer is the power of accommodation of the eye is the maximum variation of its power for focusing on near and far distant objects. Number 33. The least distance of distinct vision for a young adult with normal eye is about 25 centimeters for it. Define 34. Define electric current. Answer is flow of electric charge through a conductor is called electric current. Number 35. How much work is done in moving a charge of 2 coulomb across 2 points having a potential difference 12 volt? Answer is potential difference
V
V
ઇઝ ઇક્વલ
છે
ટુ 12 વોલ્ટ.
12 વોલ્ટ, ચાર્જ છે 2 કુલમ, તો V ઇક્વલ્સ ટુ W અપોન ક્યુ થાય, તો 12 ઇક્વલ્સ ટુ W અપોન ક્યુ
2 કરી દે નીચે.
2,
2
તો
સામે જશે એટલે
એટલે
12 મલ્ટીપ્લાય બાય 2 એટલે ડબલ ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ
24.
આવું થશે ને. 12 ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ W બાય
એટલે W એટલે 24 થશે. હેન્સ ધ વર્ક ડન ઇન મૂવિંગ અ ચાર્જ ઓફ 2 કુલમ અક્રોસ ધ 2 points having a potential difference 12 volt is 24 joule. Joule યુનિટ લગાવવો જરૂરી છે. Now 36 number. An electric bulb is connected to a 220 volt generator. The current is 0.50 ampere. What is the power of the bulb? તો વોલ્ટ આપ્યો છે 220 વોલ્ટ અને એટલે પોટેન્શિયલ ડિફરન્સ
I
અને
આપેલો છે ને એમ્પિયર. I ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ 50 એમ્પિયર.
I equals to 50 ampere.
લખવામાં ભૂલ થઈ જાય. આ I છે. I છે I. તો પાવર ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ V ઇન્ટુ I. બોલો.
નવી
હા, યાદ રાખવાનું બધું.
P equals to VI, તો 220 into 0.50.
તો આવું થાય ને 0.50 એટલે 50 બાય 100 એટલે મીંડું ઉડી જશે, આ મીંડું ઉડી જશે એટલે 22 5 જા
110.
ડાયરેક્ટ ના ખબર પડે કે 220 ના અડધા થાય ને 0.5 ડાયરેક્ટ લખાય ને. 220 ના 0.5 એટલે 1/2 થયા કે નહીં. 220 ના હાફ જ થયા ને 0.5 એટલે 110. આને વોટ કહેવાય. શું કહેવાય?
What? Number 37. What is meant by saying that the potential difference between 2 points is 1 volt? As we know that V equals to W upon Q, thus the potential difference between 2 points is 1 volt when 1 joule of work is done to carry a charge of 1 coulomb between the 2 points is the electric field.
In the electric
field. State true or false. The concentration of H3O plus ion increased when solution of an acid is diluted. So true. Number 39. Solder is an alloy of lead and tin. So answer is 2. 40. The twinkling of star is due to atmospheric refraction. True. 41. The red light has a wavelength of about 1.8 times greater than blue light. True. Section B.
ચાલો, અહીંયા સેક્શન એના આજ સુધીના તમામ પ્રશ્નો પૂરા થયા. હવે આપણે જોઈએ છીએ સેક્શન બી. બરાબર, એટલે કેટલા 2 માર્ક્સના. ચાલો, ક્વેશ્ચન નંબર 1.
મેચ ધ ફોલોઈંગ. પ્રાઇમરી ટ્રોફિક લેવલ તો આવશે ગ્રીન પ્લાન્ટ્સ. સેકન્ડરી ટ્રોફિક લેવલ તો ગ્રાસ હોપર. થર્ડ ટ્રોફિક લેવલ તો ફ્રોગ અને ફોર્થ ટ્રોફિક લેવલ તો સ્નેક. Number 43. A shiny brown colored element X on heating in air becomes black in color. Name the element X and the black colored compound formed. Answer is element X is copper. The black colored compound form is copper 2 oxide. Equation છે 2Cu plus O2 gives 2CuO copper 2 oxide. જે CU છે બ્રાઉન અને O2
બ્રાઉનમાંથી બ્લેક થઈ જાય. આ બ્રાઉન હોય, આ બ્લેક બની જાય.
Number 44. Oil and fat containing food items are flushed with nitrogen. Why? answer is in the presence of oxygen in the air. The fat present in the fatty food are getting oxidized to certain compounds which have a bad odor. That is, the food becomes rancid. Flushing with nitrogen cuts off the contact of food with oxygen and protects the food from rancidity.
રેન્સિડિટી ખ્યાલ છે શું?
જેમાં
ખરાબ સ્મેલ આવે.
અને જે એરમાં કનેક્ટ થઈ.
ઓકે, નાવ ક્વેશ્ચન નંબર 45, સેક્શન બી ચાલી રહ્યો છે 2 માર્ક્સના. વાય ડુ વી એપ્લાય પેઇન્ટ ઓન આયર્ન આર્ટિકલ્સ? So to cut off the iron from air moist, so the moist air cannot attack the surface of iron articles. Hence there is no risk of rusting of iron and they can be protected from damage for many years. Question number 46, June 24. What change will you observe if white silver chloride is placed in sunlight? Write an equation for the reaction and state the type of reaction. When the white silver chloride is placed in sunlight, it turns gray. Twice AgCl solid converted to twice Ag solid plus Cl2 gas. It is a photolytic decomposition reaction. એટલે પ્રકાશથી વિઘટન કહેવાય. ડિકમ્પોઝિશન એટલે વિઘટન. પ્રકાશ સંવેદી પદાર્થ છે, પ્રકાશની હાજરીમાં એનું વિઘટન થાય છે. સો ઇટ ઇઝ સ્ટોર્ડ ઇન અ બ્રાઉન બોટલ. Next question number 47, May 21. What is decomposition reaction? Explain with example. The type of reaction in which one substance breaks down into two or more substances, that is called decomposition. This type of reaction required energy either in the form of heat, light or electricity to decompose substance. For example, first thermal decomposition. The decomposition of a reactant takes place in the presence of heat. Twice FeSO4 heat gives Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3 gas. Ferrous oxide is converted to ferric oxide and sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Second, electrolytic decomposition. Decomposition of some substance take place in the presence of electricity. Twice H2O liquid electricity gives twice H2 gas plus O2 gas, water and hydrogen and oxygen. Photolytic decomposition. Decomposition of substance take place in the presence of sunlight. Twice AgCl solid sunlight gives twice Ag solid plus Cl2 gas. March 2048 number question. A solution of substance X is used in white washing. એટલે ચૂનો કરવા માટે. વ્હાઇટ વોશિંગ એટલે ઘરમાં ચૂનો કરીએ ને આપણે, ધોળવાની પ્રક્રિયા. સ્કૂલમાં અમુક ગામડાની સ્કૂલો હોય ને તો ચૂનો, હા, એને and the name the substance X and write its formula. And second, write the reaction of substance X with water. The name of substance X and write its formula. The substance X is used for washing quicklime calcium oxide. Its formula is CaO. એને કડી ચૂનો કહેવાય. શું કહેવાય બેટા? લસણની કડી જેવા ગાંગડા હોય ને, એટલે એનું નામ કડી ચૂનો પડ્યો. ક્વિકલાઇમ calcium oxide. And write the reaction of substance X with water. When a quicklime is mixed with water, calcium hydroxide slaked lime is formed. CaO solid plus H2O liquid gives CaOH twice aqua plus heat. Question number 49, August 2020. Ashok Bhai has started a small home industry to make potato chips. The potato chips made by Ashok Bhai lose their flavor in a few days. So what is that? State the measure to prevent it. When fats and oil are oxidized, it becomes rancid and their smell and taste change. એટલે ખોરા થઈ જાય. This is called rancidity. preventing measures add antioxidants that are resistant to oxidation to prevent rancidity. Therefore, inert gas like nitrogen is added to the potato chips to prevent the rancidity. એટલે આપણે કયો વાયુ N2 ગેસ અંદર દાખલ કરવો? આમ તો વાતાવરણમાં 78% નાઇટ્રોજન તો હોય જ છે 78%. ઓકે, ક્વેશ્ચન નંબર 50.
What is neutralization? The process of chemical reaction between acids and bases to form salts and water is called neutralization. Example: HCl plus NaOH gives NaCl plus H2O. Number 2, HNO3 plus KOH gives KNO3 plus H2O. Number 51. What is olfactory indicators? The substance which help identify whether the given solution is acidic or basic by their smell instead of changing the color are called olfactory indicator. Number 52. Write the chemical name of substance which is used by doctor to cure bone fracture. March 2023. Number 1. Write the chemical name and chemical formula of it. Its chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate and its chemical formula is CaSO4 into 1 half H2O.
Yes, hemihydrate, yes.
Number 2. State any uses other than those given in question. Uses of calcium sulfate hemihydrate: to make toys and statues, to make decorative materials, to smoothen the wall surface. Number 53. While diluting an acid, why it is recommended that acid should be added to water? Answer: when acid and water.
એટલે આપણે જ્યારે એસિડનું ડાયલ્યુશન કરવું હોય બરાબર, તો પાણીની અંદર એસિડ ધીમે ધીમે ઉમેરવું જોઈએ. એસિડમાં પાણી નખાય નહીં. કેમ એવું? શું થાય? એકદમ ઉછળે. બરાબર, એટલે ધીમે ધીમે પાણીની અંદર ધીમે ધીમે ટીપે ટીપે એસિડ નાખવો જોઈએ એવું કહેવા માંગે છે. શા માટે? When
acid and water mix, the reaction is highly exothermic. The acid may splash, cause burns, and even the bottle container can break. To avoid such incidents and allow the heat evolved to be absorbed by water slowly, acid is added to water for diluting it. Number 54. Platinum, gold, and silver are used to make jewelry. Platinum, gold, and silver are used to make jewelry because these are malleable and ductile. These are highly resistant to corrosion. Number 55. Write any two general properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds. Ionic compounds are solid. Ionic bond has greater force of attraction because of which ions attract each other strongly. This makes ionic compounds solid. Ionic compounds are brittle. Ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points because force of attraction between ions of ionic compounds is very strong. Ionic compounds generally dissolve in water. Ionic compounds are generally insoluble in organic solvents like kerosene, petrol, etc. Ionic compounds do not conduct electricity in solid state. Solution of ionic compound in water conducts electricity, and this is due to presence of ions in the solution of ionic compound. Ionic compounds conduct electricity in molten state.
Question number 56. Write the chemical reaction of zinc metal and dilute sulfuric acid H2SO4 In this reaction, H2 gas is produced, but reaction between zinc metal and dilute nitric acid did not produce hydrogen gas. Why? March 23. First, reaction of magnesium with dilute sulfuric acid. So Mg solid, magnesium plus sulfuric acid H2SO4 gives magnesium sulfate MgSO4 aqua plus hydrogen gas. Reaction aluminum with sulfuric acid, twice Al aluminum plus 3H2SO4 sulfuric acid aqua gives Al2SO4 thrice aluminum sulfate aqua plus 3H2 hydrogen gas. Reaction of zinc with dilute sulfuric acid, Zn solid plus H2SO4 sulfuric acid aqua gives ZnSO4 aqua zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Reaction of iron with dilute sulfuric acid, Fe iron solid plus H2SO4 aqua sulfuric acid gives FeSO4 iron sulfate plus hydrogen gas H2. The reaction of copper with dilute sulfuric acid does not release hydrogen gas because copper is a less reactive metal compared to other metals. Therefore, no bubble are observed in the reaction of copper with dilute sulfuric acid, and there is no change in temperature because it does not produce hydrogen gas. એટલે આટનો આન્સર એટલો જ છે, કોપર કેવી છે? લેસ રિએક્ટિવ છે એટલા માટે.
State 4
Question number 57.
Question number 57. State 4 properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds. Ionic compounds are solid.
Ionic compounds are solid. Ionic bonds has a greater force of attraction because of which ions attract each other strongly. This makes ionic compound solid. Second, ionic compound are brittle, એટલે બટકણા હોય છે. Ionic compound have a high melting and boiling points because force of attraction between ions of ionic compounds is very strong. Ionic compounds generally dissolve in water. Ionic compounds are generally insoluble in organic solvents like kerosene, petrol, etc. Ionic compounds do not conduct electricity in solid state. Solution of ionic compound in water conduct electricity, and this is due to presence of ions in the solution of ionic compounds. Ionic compound conduct electricity in molten state. Question number 58.
Differentiate between soap and detergent. March 25. Soaps are sodium or potassium salt of long chain fatty acid. Detergent is sodium salt of alkyl hydrogen sulfate or alkyl benzene sulfonic acid. Soap are biodegradable, detergent are non-biodegradable. Soap are less effective in hard water, detergent are more effective in hard water. Soap have lesser cleansing action, detergent have more cleansing action. Number 59, write the names and formulas of functional groups of the following. Propanol. તો પ્રોપેનોલનો ફંક્શનલ ગ્રુપ આલ્કોહોલ.
જો પ્રોપેનોલ એટલે પ્રોપેન પ્લસ એનોલ, એનોલ એટલે આલ્કોહોલ, 3 કાર્બન એટલે પ્રોપેન, CH3 CH2 CH2 અને ઓલ એટલે આલ્કોહોલ એટલે OH. અને બીજું છે પ્રોપેનોન, પાછળ ઓન આવ્યું એટલે કીટોન, CH3 COCH3 that is ketone. Okay, now
Number 6D. Explain esterification reaction with a chemical equation and write uses of ester. Esterification is defined as the chemical reaction of ethanol with ethanoic acid in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid by providing heat and results in formation of ester, that is ethyl ethanoate. The chemical reaction involved in as follows: CH3COOH acetic acid plus C2H5OH ethanol in concentrated H2SO4 CH3COO delta heating CH3 COO
આને શું બોલાય?
C2H5
ઇથાઇલ ઇથેનોઇડ.
ethyl
આ
ethanol
ઇથાઇલ આ ઇથેનોઇડ પ્લસ
H2O
વોટર. અને આવું દોરી દેવાનું, બરાબર. ટેસ્ટ ટ્યુબમાં શું લીધું છે? આ બે
mixture
વસ્તુ ટેસ્ટ ટ્યુબમાં નાખવાની. અહીંયા
હા
અહીં નીચે હીટિંગ છે, બીકર
હા
છે, બરાબર. આ જે બનશે એસ્ટર બની જશે. ચાલો.
take 2 3 ml of ethanol in test tube. Add 2 3 ml of glacial acetic acid along with a few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid to the test tube. Allow the reaction mixture to heat in a water bath for 2 minutes. Pour the contents of the mixture into a beaker which contains already 20 to 50 ml of water. This results in the formation of a sweet smelling ester. Number 61. What is properties of ethanoic
ઇથેનોઇક
acid?
એસિડ એટલે શું? CH3COOH એટલે કે એસિટિક એસિડ એટલે વિનેગર. ખાટું હોય સ્વાદમાં એકદમ, આપણે ચાઇનીઝ મંચુરિયનમાં નાખે ને.
Answer. The chemical properties of ethanoic acid is given below. Ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is another one of the most important producer of carbon. The common name of ethanoic acid is acetic acid. The 5% to 8% solution of acetic acid in water is called vinegar. Vinegar is used as a food preservatives in pickles. Acetic acid often freezes during winter season in cold climate and thus it is called glacial acetic acid. Similar to all other organic acid, acetic acid is also a weak acid. Physical properties of ethanoic acid. It is a colorless, pungent odor.
પંજન એટલે તીવ્ર ખાટી વાસ.
Pungent odor liquid. It is water soluble. The melting point of pure ethanoic acid is 290 Kelvin. Reaction of ethanoic acid. Esterification reaction. Esters are formed most commonly after the reaction of an acid and ethanol. Esters have a sweet fragrance and used in making perfumes and used as flavoring agents. When ethanoic acid reacts with the ethanol in the presence of an acid as a catalyst, it gives ethyl acetate ester. CH3COOH ethanoic acid plus CH3CH2OH ethanol. In acid, CH3CO
O CH2
CH2 CH3
ઇથાઇલ એસિટેટ.
is ethyl.
ઇથાઇલ ઇથેનોઇડ भी બોલાય એને. એસ્ટર.
This is called esterification or esterification reaction, a saponification. On the other hand, when ester is treated with sodium hydroxide, it gives alcohol and sodium salt of carboxylic acid. This reaction is called saponification as it is used in manufacturing of soap. CH3COO CH2 CH3 ethyl ethanoate
પ્લસ NaOH.
in NaOH CH3 CH2OH ethanol plus CH3 C double bond O
COOH
COOH
CH3COOH
CH3 C double OH.
ઇથેનોઇક એસિડ એટલે એસિટિક એસિડ.
Sodium acetate is called sodium ethanoate also. B. Reaction of ethanoic acid with a base. When ethanoic acid reacts with sodium hydroxide, which is a base, it gives sodium acetate and water. CH3COOH ethanoic acid plus NaOH sodium hydroxide gives CH3C double bond O Na sodium acetate plus water. C. Reaction of ethanoic acid with carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. Ethanoic acid gives respective acetate, carbon dioxide and water. When ethanoic acid reacts with sodium carbonate, it gives sodium acetate, water, and carbon dioxide. 2 CH3COOH plus Na2CO3 sodium carbonate gives 2 CH3COONA sodium acetate plus CO2 plus H2O. When ethanoic acid reacts with sodium hydrogen carbonate, it gives sodium acetate, water, and carbon dioxide. CH3COOH plus NaHCO3 gives CH3COONA plus CO2 plus H2O. Number 62. Why detergent is better than soap as a cleansing agent? Explain. The reaction of soap with the calcium and magnesium salts causes the hardness of water. So need to use a large amount of soap. Detergent are sodium salt of sulfuric acid or hydrogen ammonium salt which chlorides or bromides ions. Both have long hydrocarbon chain. The charged ends of these compounds do not form insoluble precipitates
with the calcium and
magnesium ions
in a
in
hard.
hard water.
So
Thus, they remain effective in hard water.
Question number 63. Write the molecular formula of given organic compound benzene. તો જો કેવી રીતે દોરવાનું, પહેલાં 6 કાર્બન આ રીતે દોરી દેવાના, 6 કાર્બન, બરાબર. પછી અહીંયા ડબલ બોન્ડ, સિંગલ બોન્ડ, ડબલ બોન્ડ, સિંગલ બોન્ડ, ડબલ બોન્ડ, સિંગલ. અહીં બધે એક એક હાઇડ્રોજન દોરી દેવાનો આ રીતે. અહીં બધે એક એક હાઇડ્રોજન દોરી દેવાનો, એટલે C6H6 કહેવાય આને બેન્ઝીન. ખબર પડી? પછી ચાલો ક્લોરોપ્રોપેન. તો ક્લોરોપ્રોપેન જો પહેલાં 3 કાર્બન દોરી દેવાના, પછી અહીં ક્લોરીન દોરી દેવાનો. હવે દરેક કાર્બનની કેટલી બેલેન્સી થવી જોઈએ? 4. તો અહીં 2 થઈ ગઈ, એટલે આ 2 હાઇડ્રોજન. ચાલો આની 2 થઈ ગઈ, 2 હાઇડ્રોજન. આની 1 થઈ, બાકી કેટલા રહ્યા? 3 હાઇડ્રોજન. તો આ શું ગયું? ક્લોરોપ્રોપેન. ખબર પડી ગઈ? ચાલો, રાઇટ ધ નેમ ઓફ હ્યુમન રેસ્પિરેટરી ઓર્ગન્સ. હ્યુમન રેસ્પિરેટરી ઓર્ગન કન્સિસ્ટ nostril, nasal passage, nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, lung, and diaphragm. What are the compound of a transport system in highly organized plant? Explain in brief.
The transport system of organized plants consists of xylem and phloem. A. Xylem. Which has the transport system of organized plant consists of xylem and phloem. A. Xylem
which has vessels and tracheates, transports water and minerals from root to other part of the plant. In xylem, the transport is unidirectional, that is from root upward, while in phloem it is a bidirectional. They have through walls containing a woody mineral called lignin. Phloem which consists of sieves, એટલે આની અંદર કાણા હોય, sieves એટલે છિદ્રાળુ ટ્યુબ્સ હોય, sieves cells and companion cell transports food from the leaves to storage organs and other part of the plant. Phloem consists of living cells arranged in end to end. Unlike xylem, phloem vessel contain cytoplasm, and this goes through holes from one cell to the next. Transport in the phloem is therefore both up and down. The steam transport of substance in the phloem is called translocation. Question number 66. આમાં ખાલી ડ્રો જ કરવાની છે. Draw a neat and label structure of nephron, એટલે કે આ જે કિડની છે એને નેફ્રોનની આકૃતિ તમારે આ રીતે એની નોમેનક્લેચર કરવાનું છે. જો કઈ કઈ વસ્તુ આવે, કલેક્ટિંગ ડક્ટ એટલે જે પેશાબ નળી છે, પછી નેફ્રોન, ટેબ્યુલર પાર્ટ ઓફ નેફ્રોન આ જે છે, પછી આ જે છે આને શું કહેવાય ગ્લોમેરિયલ્સ,
ગ્લોમેરુલસ,
પછી બાઉમેન કેપ્સ્યુલ, બ્રાન્ચ ઓફ રેનલ આર્ટરી, પછી બ્રાન્ચ ઓફ રેનલ વેઇન, કેપિલરીઝ. આ રીતે તમારે કમ્પ્લીટ સ્ટ્રક્ચર ડ્રો કરવાનું. આ કઈ સાલમાં પૂછાયું છે? માર્ચ 25માં પૂછાયેલો પ્રશ્ન છે.
Number 67. What is nutrition? Write its type and explain about autotrophic nutrition. Nutrition. It is the process of introducing energy sources from outside into the body of an organism as food. There are two types of nutrition: autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. The autotrophic organisms take up substances from outside in the form of carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, which is converted into carbohydrates, and the process is known as photosynthesis. Carbohydrates are utilized for providing energy to the plant. The carbohydrates which are not used immediately are stored in the form of starch. It serves as the internal energy reserve to be used as and when required by the plant. 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of sunlight and with help of chlorophyll. C6H12O6 plus 6CO2 6O2 plus 6H2O.
આજે બને એને શું કહેવાય?
Glucose.
યસ.
68 number. Write a short
કેટલી
note
વખત પૂછાયું
on
જો?
human digestive system. March 24, 22
અલગ
અને
ક્વેશ્ચન આન્સર
21.
જુદો છે.
હા,
આન્સર
અમીબા
જુદો
છે.
છે. અમીબા દોરી દીધું છે હ્યુમન ડાયજેસ્ટિવ સિસ્ટમની જગ્યાએ. બરાબર, આગળ આવશે એટલે જોઈ લઈશું. નેક્સ્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન.
Write the events taking place during the
આવડે છે હ્યુમન ડાયજેસ્ટિવ સિસ્ટમ? કાર્ડ તો બોલી જાય એકવાર. ચલો આપણે એને પણ સોલ્વ કરી દઈએ. હ્યુમન ડાયજેસ્ટિવ સિસ્ટમ, બરાબર. એ ભલે આમાં અમીબાનું સુડોફોડિયા આપેલું છે, ડાયજેશનની અમીબા આપેલું છે, એની જગ્યાએ લખવાનું છે હ્યુમન ડાયજેશન માર્ચ 24, માર્ચ 22 એન્ડ મે 21 હ્યુમન ડાયજેસ્ટિવ સિસ્ટમ. તો આપણે એને સોલ્વ બી કરી લઈએ. ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછાય તો આપણે એને દોરવી પડે, બરાબર, અને એનું વર્ણન કરવું પડે.
digestion in
અહીંથી સારું કરો.
we eat various types of food which has to pass through the digestive tract. Naturally, the food has to be processed to generate particles which are same small and of the same texture. Digestion in mouth. The food is crushed in mouth with our teeth. Role of saliva in digestion. Or saliva secreted by the salivary glands, which makes the food wet and soft. The saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase that breaks down starch, which is a complex molecule, to give simple sugar. Starch, salivary amylase, maltose. The food is mixed thoroughly with saliva and moved in the buccal cavity by a muscular tongue while chewing. Peristaltic movement. The lining of canal has muscles that contract rhythmically in order to push the food forward. This is called peristaltic movements, which occur all along the gut. By such movement, the food is moved in a regulated manner along the digestive tube so that it can be processed properly in each part. The food is taken from the mouth to the stomach through the food pipe, esophagus. Digestion in stomach. Gastric glands are present in the wall of stomach. This release 0.5% hydrochloric acid, a protein digesting enzyme called pepsin, and mucus, that is gastric juice. The hydrochloric acid creates an acidic medium which facilitates the action of the enzyme pepsin. Uh, the mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from the action of acid and of pepsin enzyme under normal conditions. The exit of food from the stomach is regulated by sphincter muscle which release it into the small intestine. Digestion in small intestine. Small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal. It is the site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. From the stomach, the food enters the small intestine. Small intestine receives bile juice from liver and pancreatic juice from pancreas. Action of bile juice. The food coming from stomach is acidic and bile makes it alkaline. For the pancreatic enzyme to act, bile salts break a large fat globule present in food down into smaller globules. This process is called emulsification. This process increases the efficiency of enzyme action. Number 2, action of pancreatic juice. The pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which contains enzymes like trypsin for digesting protein, pancreatic amylase for carbohydrates, and lipase for breaking down emulsified fats. Action of intestinal juice. The wall of small intestine contains gland which secrete intestinal juice. The enzyme present in it finally convert the proteins to amino acid, complex carbohydrates into glucose, and fats into fatty acids and glycerol.
Question number 69. Write the event taking place during process of photosynthesis. The following event occur during process. First, absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Second, conversion of light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. And third, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate and glucose. Question number 70. Explain digestion in stomach. The stomach is a large organ which expand when food enter it. Second, the muscular walls of the stomach help in mixing the food through thoroughly with more digestive juices. Third, the digestion in stomach is take care of by the gastric glands present in the wall of stomach. Fourth, this release hydrochloric acid, HCl, pepsin, and mucus. The hydrochloric acid creates an acidic medium which facilitates the reaction of the enzyme pepsin and kill the bacteria which enter along with the food in stomach. The mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from the action of the acid under normal condition. Next question.
Number 71. What is the role of saliva in digestion of food? Uh, Answer. Saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase. It breaks down complex molecules of starch into sugar. In addition, saliva makes food wet and fluffy so that food can be swallowed easily. Number 72. How lymph is formed? State its function. Answer is through the pores in the capillary wall. Some of the blood proteins and blood cell exit into the intercellular space of the tissue and form lymph. Function of lymphatic system. Number 1, lymph carries digested and absorbed fat from intestine. Number 2, drains excessive fluid from extracellular space back into the blood. Number 73, give name of the plant hormone responsible for the um, match the following: increasing cell length, B, stem growth, C, increase cell division, D, decay of deciduous leaves. Answer: increasing cell length.
ચાલો ઓક્ઝીન વપરાશે એના માટે સીધું મેચિંગ કરીને જ આપી છે. સ્ટીમ ગ્રોથ માટે જિબ્રેલિન, ઇન્ક્રીઝિંગ સેલ ડિવિઝન સાઇટોકાઇનિન, ડીકે ઓફ ડિસેડિયસ લીવ્સ એપ્સિસિક એસિડ. ક્વેશ્ચન નંબર 74.
What is reflex action? Give an example. Reflex action. Reflex action is a simple and rapid response of the nervous system that is unaware of the voluntary uh, centers of the brain. Example of reflex action: sudden jerky withdrawal of hand or leg when pricked by a pin, uh, coughing or sneezing, knees jerk in response to a blow, the sudden removal of the hand from a sharp object, sudden blinking when an insect comes very near to the eye. 75. How are involuntary actions and reflex actions different from each other? Involuntary actions, they involve automatic nervous system. Reflex action, they involve all parts of voluntary nervous system. Involuntary action, they usually occur in response to internal stimuli. Reflex action, they operate against harmful stimuli which are generally external and may cause injury. Number 3, they are involuntary action. They are connected with the functions of internal body parts. Reflex action, they are connected with emergency. Uh, uh, Involuntary action, these are regulated by medulla hindbrain. Reflex action is generally controlled by spinal cord. This involuntary action, the speed of response is slower than reflex action. Reflex action, the speed of response is very fast. Number 6, example: beating of a heart muscle. Reflex action માં removal of the hand with a jerk when a person touches a hot object accidentally. Now number 76.
Name the three of the endocrine gland, their hormonal secretion and function of human tubular form. May 21, March 23. चलो ग्लैंड पिट्यूटरी, लोकेशन ब्रेन, hormone growth hormone અને function regulates growth, control the function of endocrine gland. Second, thyroid, it is the location throat ગળામાં હોય, and growth hormone regulate the growth, control the function of endocrine gland. Control the metabolism rate. It also brings about a balanced growth. Third, parathyroid, near thyroid gland. Parathyroid hormones controls calcium balance of the body. Adrenal, attached to kidney. Adrenaline, prepare body for emergency. Testes, scrotum, and testosterone, insulin, pancreas, abdomen, insulin control glucose level of the blood, testes, scrotum, testosterone control the growth and development of male reproductive system, and ovaries, lower abdomen, estrogen and progesterone control growth of development of female reproductive system. Question number 77.
Observe the following diagram. Name the type of reproduction. तो budding અને name the organism. तो hydra. Number 78. What is unisexual flower? Answer is a flower that contain either stamen or pistil. Such a flower is called unisexual. Uh, Unisexual. Example: papaya and watermelon. Number 79. Name the disease spread by sexual transmission. And, answer is bacterial disease, that is gonorrhea and syphilis, and viral disease, so warts and hiv AIDS. HIV AIDS.
Human in vitro deficiency syndrome, HIV AIDS बोला है ना. चलो क्वेश्चन नंबर
80. Give name of a sexual reproduction method and explain fission in amoeba. A name of a sexual reproduction methods are given below. Number 1, fission. 2, budding. 3, fragmentation. 4, regeneration. 5, spore forming. 6, vegetative propagation, and 7, propagation by tissue culture. For unicellular organism, cell division or fission leads to the creation of new individuals. Many different patterns of fission have been observed. Many bacteria and protozoa simply split into two equal halves during cell division. In organisms such as amoeba, the splitting of the two cells during division can take place in any place. The single-celled organisms such as the malaria parasite Plasmodium divide into many daughter cells simultaneously by multiple fission. Yeast, on the other hand, can put out small buds that separate and grow further. Binary fission in amoeba. Nucleus Plasmodia. Now, parent amoeba. Elongation of nucleus, development of groove, division of nucleus into cytoplasm, two daughter cell. Amoeba is a unicellular organism, and just like bacteria, it reproduces through binary fission. After replicating its genetic material through mitotic division, the cell divides into two equal sized daughter cells. In this method, two individuals are produced from a single parent cell. 81. Draw a labeled diagram of longitudinal section of a flower.
તો આ તમારે સરસ મજાનું ફ્લાવર દોરવાનું. સ્ટાલ્ક, સ્પેટલ, ઓવરી, પિસ્ટલ, આ પિસ્ટલનો ભાગ છે, આ સ્ટેમેનનો ભાગ છે, એન્થર, ફિલામેન્ટ અને પેટલ. બરાબર, આ બધું દોરવાનું. અને આ જે છે વચ્ચે સ્ટાઇલ છે, અને આ છે સ્ટિગ્મા છે. ઓકે, ચાલો ક્વેશ્ચન નંબર 82. What is adolescence? Mention secondary sexual change in boys and girls. Adolescence, the age of which the reproductive organ become active and the boy and girl reach sexually maturity is called puberty. So the growth of the body slows down and the reproductive muscles begin to mature. This period of adolescence is called puberty. Some physical and sexual changes are similar in boys as well as in girls. For example, hair grow in the middle genital area of the arms, armpits, and thighs, and is also dark in color. Thinner hair can also appear on legs and arms as well on face, and the skin frequently become oily and might begin to develop pimples. Some change taking place are different between boys and girls. In girls, breast size began to increase with a darkening on the skin of the nipple at the tip of the breast. Menstruation cycle will start in boys now. Thick hair growth on the face, દાઢી ઉગશે, voice begins crack, જાડો voice થઈ જશે. The penis occasionally begun to become enlarged and erect. What is pollination? Explain. The pollination need to be transferred from the stamen to the stigma. If એને પરાગનયન કહેવાય. If transfer of pollen occurs in the same flower is called the self pollination. સ્વયં પરાગનયન કહેવાય. If the pollen is transferred from one flower to another, it is called the cross pollination. This transfer of pollen grain from one flower to another is achieved by agents like wind, water, animals. After the pollen land on suitable stigma, a tube grows out of the pollen grain and travels through the style to reach the ovary. After fertilization, the zygote divides several times to form an embryo within the ovule. The ovule develops a tough coat and converts into a seed. The ovary grow rapidly and ripen to form fruits. 84. What is the importance of DNA copying in reproduction? DNA copying has the following importance in reproduction. It maintains the characteristics of species. એટલે એના લક્ષણો જાળવી રાખે છે. It maintains the continuity of life. And third, the form this, the characteristics and feature of organism are transferred to their progeny. It produces variations in organism which is the basis of evolution of new species. Now question number 85.
How is sex determined in human beings? In human beings, the sex of the individual is largely genetically determined. In human beings, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes. One of them, out of them 22 pairs are same, but one pair called the sex chromosome is odd and not always being a perfect pair. Women have both chromosomes as X chromosome, but men have one which is normal sized X, while the other is a shortest one called Y. Short one called Y. So women are XX while men are XY. Thus the sex of the children will be determined by what they inherit from the father, from their father. A child who inherits an X chromosome from the father will be a girl, and one who inherits a Y chromosome from him will a boy. Sex determination in human beings. Parents: father XX, mother XY. Gametes: reproductive cells, zygote, form after fission of gametes offspring. 86. Write the uses of concave mirror. Shaving mirrors, head mirrors, astronomical telescopes, headlights, solar furnaces. Uh, write the 87. Write the law of reaction of light. Refraction of light.
The incident first law, the incident ray and the refracted ray and normal to the interface of two transparent medium at the point of incident all lie in the same plane. Second law, the ratio of the sine of angle of incident to the sine of angle of refraction is constant. So, for a light of given color and for the given pair of media, this law is also known as Snell's law of refraction. This is true for angle 0 less than I less than 90. Sin I incident upon sin R reflection is equal to constant. State the law of reflection. તો એનું એ જ ફરીથી છે, the law of reflection determine the reflection of incident ray on reflecting surface like mirror, smooth surface and clean water. The angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and second, the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal all in lie in the same plane. Chalo, next question 89. A doctor has prescribed a corrective lens of power 1.5 diopter plus. Find the focal length of the lens. Is the prescribed lens diverging or converging? So focal f is equal to 1 by p, so 1 upon 1.5 is 66.67 centimeter. As the power of lens is positive, the lens is a converging lens and a convex lens. Draw the diagram of how the concave mirror used in torch transmitted light rays far and wide. The concave mirror used in the torch emit the ray of light to infinite. Its ray diagram can be drawn as follows. આપણે આ રીતે બેટરીમાં આવો અંતર્ગોળ અરીસો કેમ વપરાય છે? Such, ચાલો question number 91.
Suresh has his eye examined by the doctor, gave him a prescription written plus 4.0 diopter. So find out what kind of lens Suresh has to make. Find the focal length of this lens. Plus 4.0 diopter is written in prescription. That means the power of the lens P equals to plus 4.0 D. Since the power of the lens is positive, Suresh has to make a convex lens. Now, focal length of the lens F equals to 1 upon P equals to 1 upon 4 equals to 0.25 meter equals to 0.25 into 100 multiplied by 100 centimeter gives plus 25 centimeter 92. Why does the sky appear dark instead of blue to an astronaut? as an astronaut moves away from the atmosphere of each
Earth.
of Earth, the atmosphere becomes thin due to absence of molecules in air. The scattering of light does not take place. Thus, the sky appears back to the absence of scattering. Number 93. Why is normal eye not able to see clearly in
The
the objects
placed
placed
closer
closer
than
than
25
25
centimeter.
centimeter? The power of accommodation of the eye is 25 centimeter. When the maximum accommodation of the eye is reached, the ciliary muscle of the eye lens cannot become thicker. Object O closer than to 5 centimeter 25 centimeter from the eye is not focused on retina and seen blood.
પાછળ જતું રહેશે એટલે આ ધૂંધળું દેખાશે.
Number 94. Write the function of ciliary muscle. The ciliary muscle
It
modify the shape of the eye lens, which leads to the variation in
focal length.
95. Explain the Tyndall effect. When a beam of light strikes such fine particles, the path of the beam becomes visible. The light reaches us after being reflected diffusely by these particles. The phenomenon of scattering of light by the colloidal particle gives rise to Tyndall effect. This phenomenon is seen when a fine beam of sunlight enters a smoke-filled room through a small hole. The scattering of light makes the particles visible. Tyndall effect can also be observed when sunlight passes through a canopy of a dense forest. The color of the scattered light depends on the size of scattering particles. Very fine particles scatter mainly blue light, while particles of larger size scatter light of longer wavelength. If the size of the scattering particles is large enough, then the scattered light may even appear white.
Question number 96. A current is 5 ampere એટલે આ આપેલો છે. Drawn by a filament on an electric bulb 10 minutes ટાઈમ આપેલો છે અને સેકન્ડમાં ફેરવી દેવાના 10 into 60. The amount of electric charge that flow through the circuit. चलो I is equal to 0.5 ampere, T is equal to 10 minutes is equal to 10 into 600. So Q is equal to I into T. Q is equal to 0.5 into 600. So that is Q is equal to 300 coulomb. Table to answer the following. હવે આપણને અહીંયા બધી રેઝિસ્ટિવિટી આપેલી છે. જેટલી રેઝિસ્ટિવિટી વધારે એટલું કંડક્શન ઓછું થાય અને ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછ્યા છે આને ઉપરથી. ચાલો વિચ અમોંગ ધ આયન એન્ડ મર્ક્યુરી ઇઝ અ બેટર કંડક્ટર. તો એમાં આન્સર આયન આવશે કારણ કે જો આયનની રેઝિસ્ટિવિટી જે છે અને મર્ક્યુરીની રેઝિસ્ટિવિટીની કમ્પેરિઝન કરો તમે તો આયનની 10 into 10⁻8 છે અને મર્ક્યુરીની 94 into 10 એટલે વધારે છે રેઝિસ્ટિવિટી. એટલે આયન ઇઝ અ બેટર કંડક્ટર. એટલે પહેલો આન્સર એ આવશે. અહીંયા આપેલો જ છે. ધ રેઝિસ્ટિવિટી ઓફ આયન ઇઝ 10 into 10⁻8 ohm into meter and mercury 94 into 10⁻8 ohm into meter. Thus the iron is a better conductor because it has a lower resistivity than mercury, and second because silver has a lowest resistivity Therefore, the silver is a best conductor. Explain the use of heating effect of electric current in daily life.
The heating effect generated by electric current is used in some everyday and some everyday used appliances. Example in iron, electric toaster, electric oven, electric kettle and kettle and electric heater. Also used electricity to get light. Example electric bulb.
What's next?
The electric effect of current is also used in fuses to protect electrical circuits and electrical appliances by preventing overheating due to current. Number 99. Write Ohm's law and define unit of resistance. Ohm's law. At a constant temperature, the potential difference across the given current circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. Therefore, V is proportional to I. So, therefore, V upon I equals to constant. Here, material is not given getting change in case of same circuit and conductor. So let constant term taken is its resistance. So therefore V upon I equals to R. Unit of resistance is V upon A. Volt upon ampere. But according to name of scientist, it is ohm. Unit of R is ohm. Symbol ohm omega. 100 number. Drawn symbols of components of an electric circuit, electric bulb, resistor and resistance.
Question number 101.
How many? No.
How much work
is done moving a charge of 2 coulomb across 2.7 potential difference 12 volt. Potential difference V equals to 12, charge equals to 2, V equals to W upon Q, 12 equals to W upon Q, W equals to 24 joule. Hence the
12 is equal to W by 2
for it.
Hence
the work done in moving a charge of 2 coulomb across the 2.7 or potential difference 12 volt is 24 joule.
Next.
Those only
parallel connection.
that show parallel connection of resistor.
તો આ રીતે દોરવાનું બરાબર.
હા.
જો R1, R2, R3 પછી વોલ્ટ મીટર અહીં મૂકવાનું, એમીટર અહીં મૂકવાનું, પ્લસ બેટરી આના કી. આ આઈ કરંટ આ બાજુ જશે. ઓકે, ચાલો. કન્સિસ્ટ 103 નંબર. કન્સ્ટ્રક્ટ અ સિમ્પલ ઇલેક્ટ્રિક સર્કિટ યુઝિંગ ફોલોઈંગ કમ્પોનન્ટ. રેજિસ્ટર આપ્યું છે, બેટરી આપી છે, વોલ્ટ મીટર, કી આપી છે, એમીટર આપી છે. તો હંમેશા વોલ્ટ મીટર રેજિસ્ટર એ પેરેલલ છે ને, અને એમીટર છે ને એ સિરીઝમાં લગાવવાનું હોય છે, બરાબર. અને પ્લસ આ બાજુ હોય, માઇનસ આ બાજુ હોય. કી અહીંયા લગાવી શકાય, અહીંયા લગાવી શકાય. ચાલો, ક્વેશ્ચન નંબર 104. The light bulb used in your home has a rating of 100 watt and the rating of refrigerator is 400 watt. If these devices are operated for 10 hours, how much does it cost to run 10 days of 8 kilowatt hour? 8 kilowatt hour 8 રૂપિયા છે 1 કિલોવોટ હવરના. તો ફર્સ્ટ પાવર ટોટલ જે કન્ઝપ્શન થાય છે એ 100 + 400 એટલે કેટલો આ પાવર કન્ઝપ્ટ થયો? 500 વોટ કહેવાય એને. ધ ટોટલ એનર્જી ઓફ બલ્બ 10 days, તો 500 × 10 ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ 50,000. 10 days 10 hours એટલે 10 × 500 × 10 એટલે 50,000 વોટ હવર. તો 50,000 ડિવાઇડેડ બાય 1000 ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ 50 કિલોવોટ હવર. ચલો 1 કિલોવોટના 8 રૂપિયા, તો 50ના કેટલા? તો 8 ગુણ્યા 50 ઇઝ ઇક્વલ 400 રૂપીસનું બિલ આવશે. ચાલો, સ્ટેટ ધ ફ્લેમિંગ્સ લેફ્ટ હેન્ડ રૂલ.
Fleming's left hand rule. Stretch the first finger, the middle finger, and the thumb perpendicular to each other in such a way that the first finger represents the direction of magnetic field. The middle finger represents the direction of the current in the conductor, and the thumb represents the direction of motion of the conductor. Number 106. What is solenoid? Explain the magnetic field caused by an electric current flowing through a solenoid, or explain solenoid. The solenoid are cylinder formed by many circular loops wrapped very close to a separated copper wire. The pattern of magnetic field lines formed due to electric current solenoid is shown in the figure. Hmm. It is clear from the figure that the magnetic field of a solenoid is similar to that of the magnetic field of the bar magnet. Thus, one end of the solenoid acts as magnet north pole, and magnetic north pole, and as a magnetic
other end as a magnetic
south pole. The magnetic field lines in the area inside the solenoid are parallel lines. That is the magnetic field in the area inside is same. The magnetic field of a solenoid is strengthened by placing an iron-like metal inside the area. A magnet formed in this way is called an electromagnet. Number 107.
Draw magnetic field line around the bar magnet. બસ એમાં આ રીતે તમારે આમ અંદરથી લાઈનો બહાર કાઢવાની, બરાબર? આ બાજુ આમ લઈ જવાની, બસ. ચાલો, ક્વેશ્ચન 108. લિસ્ટ 119 પ્રશ્નો છે, થોડાક જ રહ્યા છે. લિસ્ટ ધ properties of magnetic lines of force. The property of magnetic lines of force, the field lines rise from north pole and end into the south pole of the magnet. Field lines from circular loops forms circular loops. Field lines are closer in a stronger magnetic field. નજીક હોય ને સ્ટ્રોંગ હોય. Field lines never intersect each other, as for two lines to intersect therefore must be two north direction at a point, which is not possible. As we go far from a magnet, intensity of magnetic field lines gets decrease, though the magnetic field lines around a bar magnet. ફરીથી પાછું આવ્યું. When does the electric short circuit occur? In a domestic circuit, short circuit occur when live and neutral wire come in direct contact. એટલે એક રેડ વાયર અને એક બ્લેક વાયર. and each other without any resistance, the resistance of the circuit becomes zero and extensive current starts to flow through it. Question number 111.
Name two safety measures commonly used in electric circuit and appliances. Two safety measures commonly used in circuit and appliances are electric fuse and earthing wire.
Why? બે વસ્તુ.
Electric fuse, when the current passing through the wire exceeds the maximum limit of the fuse element and the fuse melts to stop the current flow through the circuit, hence protecting the appliances connected to the circuit. Proper earthing, any leakage of current in an electric appliance is transferred to the ground and people using the appliance do not get the shock. Number 112. Classify the following ecosystem into natural and forest, natural, garden, artificial aquarium, artificial sea, natural. Matching organism prepare on food तो बी प्रोड्यूसर द ऑर्गेनिज्म विच फीड ऑन प्लांट तो herbivore हमने पूछा है. How can one help in reducing the problem of waste disposal given it two methods? Recycle. So the solid waste like paper, plastics and metals etc. can be recycled. Preparation of compost. Biodegradable domestic waste such as leftover food, fruit and vegetable peels and leaves of potted plants etc. can be converted into compost by burning in a pit dug into ground. Differentiate between biotic and abiotic.
Biotic, living factors that affect environment or organism. Abiotic, non-living factors that affect environment or organism. Example: food, predation, disease, competition. Another example: temperature, water, cows, soil, pH. Question number 116. What is ozone and how does it affect an ecosystem? Ozone O3 is an isotope of oxygen. That is, it is a molecule formed by three atoms of oxygen. At a higher level of the atmosphere, ozone performs an essential function in shield the surface of the earth from ultraviolet radiation from the sun. These radiation are highly damaging organism to organism. Ultraviolet rays can cause skin cancer. Question number 117. What is trophic level? Give an example of food chain and state the different trophic level in each.
Trophic level, the various steps in a food chain at which the transfer of food takes place are called trophic levels. Example, a food chain operating in a grassland is given below. Grass, insects, frogs, and birds. In this food chain, A. Grass represents first trophic level, B. Grasshopper represents second trophic level, C. Frog represents third trophic level, and eagle represents fourth trophic level. 118. What is biological magnification? B. Classify the following into biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances with the use of several pesticides and other chemicals to protect our crop from disease and pests. These chemicals are called either washed down into
the
soil or into the water bodies from the soil. These are absorbed by the plants along with water and mineral and form from water bodies. These are taken up by aquatic plants and materials.
an animal.
And animals.
This
This
is
is one of the ways in which they enter the food chain. As these chemicals are not degradable, they get accumulated progressively at each trophic level.
a maximum.
The maximum concentration of these chemicals gets accumulated in human bodies. This phenomenon is known as biological magnification. A biodegradable to fruit, peel, paper, non-biodegradable to plastic and glass.
Last question.
What is the role of decomposers in the ecosystem? Number 1. Decomposers help in decomposing the dead bodies of plants and animals and hence act as a cleansing agent of the environment. Decomposers also help in putting back the various elements of which dead plants and animals are made back into the soil, air, and water for use by producers like uh, crop plants. They help in recycling of the nutrients. They compost dead remains, thereby providing space for new life to settle in the biosphere.
થેન્ક યુ. હવે સેક્શન સી અને ડી આપણે નેક્સ્ટ એપિસોડમાં જોઈશું. તો આ જો વિડીયો ગમ્યો હોય તો લાઈક કરજો અને વારંવાર આનું રિવિઝન કરજો જેથી સારામાં સારા ટકા 10મા ધોરણમાં વિજ્ઞાનમાં લાવી શકાય. થેન્ક્સ ફોર વોચિંગ. જય શ્રી રામ.